What's going on YouTube? Jamie the Kid00 here, back with a deck profile that I've been promising a lot of you guys on my Facebook for quite a while. Apologies for the noises in the background. There are people getting ready in the house and the car alarm's going off outside and it won't stop, so if you can hear any of that, apologies in advance. But yeah, as I was saying, and as you can see in the title, this is a Dark World deck that I've been working on. I literally bought it about a week ago, had to pay a horrendous customs charge when it arrived. I literally doubled the price of this deck, which was really annoying because I got it pretty cheap. So that's me I'm not going to buy from America anymore. But there really isn't much for me to tell about this deck. I'll explain a few choices as I go through it, but it's going to be fairly standard, but you guys wanted to see it. It's just a build I've been testing on DN, and I haven't really lost with it on Dual Network yet, so let's start off. Triple Grapha. These were $1 more than the Ultra Grapha, and I figured, hey, this is just going to be a fun deck, I don't care about gold rares, so I'll get them in gold, and they look gorgeous. Gold Grapha's nice. Grapha is just your huge beat stick, as I heard Pewsley, someone I'm subscribed to, say, it is basically just a Treeborn Frog on legs with massive attack. So, what's not to like about Grapha? Then we play, of course, the Triple Snow, which is your search engine of the deck. Absolutely awesome, can be 2k when it's out on the board under gates, so it can be a DDV target. Then we play the Triple Brow, Draw Power, standard guy who you can search out a tour guide. I personally like to play 2 beige. A lot of people only play the 1, but I really have a problem with monster count in this deck. Sorry, I'm a bit under the weather. I really have a problem with monster count in this deck simply because either I don't have the discard outlet, or I don't have the Dark World monster to use to get the Grapha back. So I figured I'd need more beiges just to give me better access to getting the Grapha back and cycling through the multiple Graphas that I get late game. Then I played 2 Tour Guide. I know Michael Balan, who won Long Beach, played double Tour Guide, and a lot of other people play double Tour Guide. I found that the third one was really dead a lot of the time. By the time I drew the third one, it was just really horrible, and it killed my drag downs and things like that, and it wasn't working as well. I'd often chuck it away with gates, so I only need the 2. Then, for the stuff which isn't kind of fiends, I play 1 Malefic Stardust to defend my gates, and he's a 2500 beater that kills Dino Rabbit, so it's awesome. And then this is a fiend, but I never discard it. Gauze, because he's Gauze. I know a lot of people would argue, why are you playing Gauze when you play 3 field spells? It seems to me in testing that the field spell is the one thing that everyone really wants to get off the field really quickly. So Gauze is really a valid card, and if he is really dead, if I have loads of back row on board and my opponents use Storm, I can always just discard it with Gates, so yeah, that's the monster lineup. Trying to find a place on my mat to actually put all the stuff down. Oh, it's getting louder, that alarm, sorry if you can hear it. On to the spells. We play the 1 Reborn, the 1 Dark Hole, the 1 Storm, the 1 Book. I really still like Book, some people don't play this, but I really like it in here. 1 Allure, which is sad because I've been playing Teledab, which has 3. 1 Foolish for sending your Graphas. Card Destruction because it's absolutely amazing. I was playing Morphing Jar at one point, but I had to take it out. Then for the 3 offs, let's get the standard spells out of the way. Play Triple Gates because Gates is amazing. Triple Dark World Dealings. Because the mirror match is very unlikely now, you can really feel free to play 3 Dark World Dealings. When Dark Worlds were really popular, you really didn't want to play any more than 2, so I play 3 now. Then we play the Triple Drag Down because it's awesome, letting you see your opponent's hand, comboing into Mind Crush, and whether or not you really want to activate DDV. Absolutely amazing card. It costs a fortune for a common, but it's definitely worth playing in 3 in this deck. Awesome card, especially on first turn. It's a dust shoot. It's a dust shoot. Then we play 1 Gateway. I really like this card. A lot of people hate it, but it's the very fact that you can just set it in your opponent's end phase. If they don't kill this card, if they don't MST it, you can activate it, get back a snow, and then enter your turn, bounce the snow for Grapha, and you're free to just use that snow, so you've just recycled a Dark World from your graveyard. And the same applies for Brows and Beiges and stuff like that. So I really like this card. It's my tech, so I will always play it. A lot of people question it, but I love it. Somebody tell me why it's bad. I then play for traps, Triple Reckless, because Dark Worlds at a certain point, at a certain setup, just don't need their draw phase. They can draw and draw and draw for their own effects. So Reckless Greed really, the skipping the draw phase thing really doesn't hurt, especially when you have a power card like Card Destruction and things like that. You just want to be able to discard more cards to draw more cards, so triple Reckless. Then we play 2 Torrential, because in this deck everything is recyclable. You really don't care about blowing up your own field because your opponent is going to have a harder time recovering than you are. So double Torrential, amazing. Then for the 1-ofs we play 1 Mind Crush. I used to play 2, but 2 was sometimes dead if I didn't get dragged down off. So it's a little bit situational, so 1 is enough. And then if I know I'm not playing, if I know I'm not playing a rogue deck, let's just call it a rogue deck, I can feel free to set this if I have a Grapha in hand, just 1 card in hand being a Grapha or 1 card being a Darkhold. My opponent summons a monster that I really just don't like. I go Mind Crush, called Karibo, which they obviously don't have. I get a free look at their hand and discard the Grapha, blow their monster up. So it has multiple purposes besides just hitting stuff out of the hand. You get free looks at hands and crazy stuff like that. Continuing with the 1-ofs, I play the 1 Skill Drain in main. Mainly because wind-ups are on the increase. Inzektas are a really horrible matchup for this deck. And it's just it's a surprising tech. It surprises a lot of people. But you really got to know when to play it. I play the 1 Smog in main, again, because I lose out to Inzektas quite a lot. So it's just there. It's quite useful against certain decks. Wind-ups, removing the Hunter. It's just good. I really like Smog. I only play the 1 though, I don't like 2. Then I play the 1 DDV. Again, I only really like 1 at the moment because Chaos Dragons are a thing, and I don't really like giving them more fodder, but I'd probably put a second one in the side later on, but I only have 1 in main and none inside at the moment. And then to round it off, we play 1 Solemn Judgment. I don't play any warnings because I don't like life point cost in this deck too much. I only play Solemn because Solemn is amazing. Onto the extra deck. Most of this extra deck is built because I side into a Raven. So, I mean, extra deck it really doesn't matter with this deck too much, so let's go through stable synchros. I play the Armory Arm, Catastor, Brionac, Black Rose. I play 1 Dark Highlander. I'm actually from Europe, so this isn't legal here, but it's getting reprinted in a tin, so it's going to be legal soon. Absolutely amazing card. At the moment, I'm playing Scrap Arcfiend instead of this, but I would definitely take it out and play Dark Highlander because Highlander is amazing. And I believe if I read it, I meant to read this, I was thinking about it earlier. Someone tell me if it's a quick effect. It says once per turn you can select 1 monster your opponent controls that is equipped with an equip card. Destroy all equipped cards equipped to that monster and inflict 400 damage to your opponent for each card destroyed. You can just stop your opponent, stop Inzektor players getting equipped cards off. I don't know. I just want to know if that would work. Is it a quick effect and can I activate it in my opponent's turn? That's my question. Then for the 8s I play Scrap Dragon and Stardust. Stardust because I play the Malefic Star. That's it for the synchros. For the Exceeders, I play the 1 Leviathan Dragon. The 1 Muzu Muzu Rhythm, because it's a fiend and it can bump itself up to 3k, which is absolutely amazing. And I don't have Acid Golem yet, and the reprint hasn't been announced, so I don't play it over here. 1 Levia. 1 Zenmains, which I actually make quite a lot first turn. Maestroke. Sorry, this is the 4's Maestroke, because he's absolutely amazing. Number 39 Utopia. I'm looking for this in a foreign language, so if you've got a gold Utopia in a foreign language, hit me up. And then we play 8s in the form of Hyrax Sun Dragon of Heliopolis and Neo Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. That's it for the extra. I'm just going to quickly move on to the side. There are a few interesting techs in here, but at the moment it's just a side in progress. But yeah, it was nice enough to build you guys a side because you always ask about them. As I mentioned before, I play 1 Raven. I play the 1 Fossil Diner because I feel this can be really stunning if you just don't have the right cards in hand at a time and your opponent has a beatdown, because basically you set this and go, as long as you don't Dark Hole, you're not going to game me this turn. So it really is a killing card, and against Chaos Dragons and things like that, just bombs the field entirely. So Fossil Diner is an awesome card. I'm playing the double Maxi at the moment because of wind-ups and things are getting... There are some really fast decks out there, and just giving this deck more draw power is irresistible, so... then play the double Doom Cow because it's a fiend. It's something I can play against Inzektas and not be worried that it'll blow up. It'll at least 1 for 1 and then they can go off because they have no monsters on field. So it's just a card that you can play and go, yeah, you're going to have to wait another turn, so... And sacrifice a monster just to get rid of it, so... Doom Cow's a really good card. And then I play the triple Raikou because milling in this deck really isn't that big a problem. And against Chaos Dragons and against Heroes, this makes Shining and Light Pulsar miss timing, so... Awesome card. I prefer it with Snowman Eater, and it always goes in against Rabbit as well because Largia is going to run into it. So, Raikou, a really awesome card. I don't play a BLS even though I side into quite a few lights. I just don't like BLS in this deck. I then play the double Necro Valley in the side because the Necro Valley really doesn't hurt this deck too much. I side out the the Smog, the Reborn, and the Gateway when this goes in, simply because it shuts down a lot of decks. It shuts down Inzektas, it can shut down Wind-Ups, it shuts down so many things, and a lot of decks just do not see it coming, so it's something I'm testing. Let me know what you think about the Necro Valley. I want to put in Royal Tribute, but I just couldn't find enough room in the side. But going this Royal Tribute and discarding a handful of Dark Worlds would be absolutely awesome. So, talk to me about that. Tell me what you'd cut from my side to put in Royal Tribute. Then I play the double Lance and the double MST. The Lance is for decks where people are inevitably going to put in Bottomlesses and crazy stuff like that. And MST is for just horrible continuous spells like macros and stuff like that. Anyway, guys, this has been the Dark World deck profile that I told you guys I'd eventually shoot for you, and I think I've lost a grapher. So there's 2 graphers for you. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you changed. There he is. I really enjoy this deck. It's really not amazingly competitive, but it's actually kind of good in the meta at the moment because it has a fairly good matchup against Chaos Dragons as long as it can keep them under control. Dino Rabbit it absolutely shits on. Inzektas it has a bit of trouble with, but Inzektas are on the decline and seeing a lot less play. Wind-Ups is pretty alright against, so I really like this deck as a meta call at the moment, but definitely the side deck is what would define this. My side deck really isn't that good, it's only for locals, but if someone could create an amazing side deck versus the meta with more skill drains and things like that, this deck would be absolutely amazing in the meta at the moment. But either way, guys, that has been the deck. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, as per usual. This has been Jamie the Kid. Check out my Facebook page, which will be in the link in the underbar. And as usual, like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys with a Teledad deck profile. Yeah, Teledad 2008, guys. I'll see you with that pretty soon. Bye.